Welcome to the Filipino martial arts lesson of the day. In today's video, we're going to be covering the reverse cambiata. Phase 1, let's go ahead and warm up and build the technique. So what I'm going to do here is going to actually build a reference point for the technique, and it looks like this. It'll be a forehand, and then a low backhand, and then a high backhand. Again, forehand, low backhand, high backhand. Now I'm just going to keep doing this kind of like a metronome. Okay? Always start off slow so that way you can use your timing. To build the reverse technique, or the reverse cambiado technique, we're going to use the high backhand right here as our reference point. And when I get to this point right here, what I want to try to do is use my lead leg, and I step out a little bit, 45 degrees going forward, and then I maneuver my stick to get into what's called a roof block here. Okay? So it's here, and then here. Again, high forehand, low backhand, and then on the high backhand, I step forward, I make contact, and then I turn the stick downward as I tuck my head underneath to create a roof block. Now when I get here, I need to take my rear leg. I'm going to step forward in a lateral. And with my live hand, or my empty hand here, I will check his hand. 1, 2. Now as I do that, I need to also bring this downwards so that way I maintain and establish my control. Or establish, then maintain my control. Okay? Again, slow. High forehand, low backhand, and on the high backhand I step forward. I create the roof block with the checking of my hand. Stepping forward again with a lateral 45. Coming down here, and as you can see, here's the plus mark again from the previous video. And then I establish and control my position. One more time slow. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now let's go ahead and speed it up a little bit so that way you can see it in flow. And I'm just going to do it off of the third one. That was the second one, now the third one. Again, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, go. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3. Phase 2, let's take a look at some follow-ups. So off of the reverse cambiata reference point we have here, and as I entered, I went over here, and now I'm in. So the first follow-up I have is on my rear leg. I come all the way close to fully engage, and that will be my elbow. My second range here, as I fully engage, instead of using the elbow, I could use the puño. And the only difference between the two is that one is a deeper step, so that way I can get the close elbow. And as you can see here, my foot gets really into the space. If I use the puño, it's semi into the space, so that way I can have a better power arc for my puño. And then the third one here, as I enter in, instead of stepping forward, I'm going to step more lateral to get the full arc, or power arc of my stick. Okay, so again, off of reference point, the first one is the entrance for the elbow, deep step. Second one is going to be half of the step, but only for the puño. And then the third one, I step lateral to get the full power arc. So now let's take a look at a few grappling situations. I feel like when you have such commitment to enter and crash the space, a common thing that takes place is the wrestling or the grappling. Okay, so we need to have an answer for that. So from the reference point, here's the first one. And then we have number 2. We also have number 3 here. And a last one. Again. Now we'll cover the reverse cambiata and a few techniques.
Make sure you guys like and subscribe to our YouTube channel so we can keep making more of these videos.